Yo, 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 what up, OGs? The vibes are high today. I am here with my brother, Joey Allen. Let's go ahead and give that boy a quick round of applause, man.
What's up?
How you feeling, brother?
I feel great.
So this episode is a very special episode. Do you know what episode number this is?
I think this is 69.
69, baby. One more time.
Hit that thing again.
Man,
Boom, boom,
it's
boom.
episode 69. Never thought, I mean, obviously it's a dope-ass number, but it's cool because 69 episodes, that's a shit ton of episodes.
That's a lot of
We've been
episodes.
going hard lately. So shout out to all the cool guests that have been coming on the show. Today is no exception.
Not at all. Not a slightest.
Super, super hyped for this episode. How are you? How was your week, man? I feel like this whole week has been super hectic. I haven't seen you at all.
My week was hot.
Yeah.
It's been so hot in Florida. I think the feels like index was like 114 one of the days.
Bro.
And I work outside all the time.
Yeah, it's funny because this, you know, most of the time there'll be a couple days throughout the week, like, because, you know, I work right next to where you live. So it's like, you know, I'll stop by after work one day, or I'll see you at lunch, or, you know, something like that. You know, we'll at least chat it up or something, play video games, do some shit. But this whole week it's just been like go, go, go.
Busy.
Hectic. For the people that don't know, I think when this episode comes out, we would have already dropped our first vlog.
Yep.
So if you guys are watching this episode and you want to, you know, see our first ever form of video content on YouTube, I know that people have been waiting a long time for this. They've been running up those subscribers so we could drop this.
That was a fun one. That was fun to record.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like a totally different kind of content, right?
Yeah.
So it's like for us, we're so used to just coming on here and chatting it up and just, you know, talking with the boys, having cool guests on here. But you know, this was a little bit of a different.
We went outside.
Yeah, we was outside for real, and it's cool. So yeah, that is OG Sessions on the road. First location. It is available now. Go ahead and check that shit out on YouTube. And if you guys are enjoying that shit, make sure you drop a like, make sure you drop a comment. And if you are not a subscriber on YouTube, if you're not watching these video episodes every single week,
You're missing out.
yeah, get on that shit, man, for real. But like I said, the energy's high. This is a dope episode 69 going down right now. Today's guest,
Let's hear it.
everyone, please join me in welcoming the creative content manager of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the man himself, Devin Carvajal. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
He's here.
Hello, everybody.
How you feeling, bro?
Feeling great. Long week. It's gonna get crazy soon, but I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Happy to be here again.
You are a busy man.
Quite.
Very busy man, especially
Right.
recently. The collabs you've been doing outside of, I obviously, you know, me and Joey. This is a Jaguars podcast.
Oh, yes.
You know, people
Go
wanna,
Jags.
You
Go
know,
Jags.
it's something we don't talk a lot of sports on here, but we talk a lot of Jaguars.
Sure.
For sure.
For sure.
You know, just being in Jacksonville and just, you know, being in this community and being a fan of the dopest team in the NFL.
Right.
Like you gotta talk Jags.
I
So,
know a couple things about the Jags.
yeah, I think maybe, just a couple, maybe a little.
Yeah, they're nice.
We got a little insider in the building today.
I know.
So,
I'm so excited.
it's cool because we're definitely going to ask you some questions about the Jags, and we're definitely going to dive deep into just like, you know, your relationship with them and all this stuff. But
Sure.
before all that, this is a part 2 episode for you.
Yes.
So if everyone wants to learn about Devin Carvajal and you guys want to learn about his, you know, just what his life was like before you got into being a graphic designer, creating content, you know, just doing. I mean, before you were DJing, you were doing all kinds of stuff. So but if you want to learn about all that, go check out that episode. That's early days. That's got to be
Very
like
early.
episode like 30 or something.
It didn't look like this.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
It didn't look like this now. It looks great now. This is great. Now, they didn't look great before.
No,
It
no,
looks great.
I appreciate it,
Looks
bro.
great. So, and you got
A lot of changes.
You have a son.
Yeah.
I'm so proud
Dad.
of you. This is beautiful. I mean, gosh, what a time.
No, it is honestly definitely a big come up from our last episode. One little point that I want to make is that episode was the only episode that didn't get any video content, any like really. I mean, I think we got like a couple photos together, but you literally pulled up to my crib, and the person that I usually have getting a lot of the videos for those episodes, or just, you know, we weren't doing like YouTube videos, but we were doing like social clips and stuff like that. You know, they weren't even there. It was just me and you. And so it was really cool that episode, how you just came through and we kind of made it work. And it's funny because that episode ended up being like the 3rd most watched episode in season 1 or something like that. Like you were on the charts for the first
People
one.
loved
And
you.
so, you know, whenever we
love that.
do like a halfway through the season chart list or whatever, and you were on that first one, and then I believe at the very end you were like number 3 or something.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool. It's just kind of like, it's funny.
Casey beat me, I think.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
Dude, yeah.
Casey Casey's that man.
Shout out LaFave with
Shout
that
out
boy.
LaFave.
He
Shout out LaFave.
he definitely dominates on this podcast. That's
yeah.
for sure. He's a
100%.
great speaker and just like always dropping free game. But I mean, shout out to you, bro. I bet if your episode had some video content or had some kind of like just some kind of content around it, it would have done a lot better.
Hey,
But,
Probably would have beat Casey.
here we are now.
But shout out to you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you having so much belief in the podcast early
course.
days because
Yeah,
you know a lot of guys, especially when you're making the moves that you're making, you got to take time out of your day to come out here and fucking hop on a pod and do shit. So shout out to you, bro.
Thanks,
I really
man.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
of course, man. Y'all are great. Y'all doing some good stuff, and you guys are obviously like investing in it, and you know you're not just like two doucheheads on a. Like,
Yeah.
I mean maybe you are, but you know you guys are doing the right things. You're getting some like really great guests, and
Appreciate it.
yeah, of course,
Appreciate it,
I'm
homie. Yeah,
I'm a support.
And you, besides all the stuff you got going on with the Jaguars, you as like your own personal brand is insane.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love your logo. I'm actually rocking one of the shirts that you did with Collect right now.
Very nice shirt.
Yeah,
I
so
very much appreciate it.
This shirt is really soft. Like I don't know what brand it is, whatever, but
Hanes Beefy.
this thing is nice, bro.
I love a Hanes Beefy.
Yeah, this is a good. I like the feeling of this shirt. This is a solid ass
I mean,
shirt.
I didn't pick it out. I did the design. That was like my first like collab like project outside of not really. I mean, I've collabed. I've done designs for a lot of companies, but it was kind of my first like co-branded piece of like merch.
Yeah,
You know,
I see
my
what you're
first
saying.
merch, which was nice. And shout out to the boys at Collect because they have always just kind of like rocked with me, and I've always kind of rocked with them, and they were just like make whatever you want. They were just like, we're doing this, we want this. It was a part of their relaunch, their rebrand, you know, after they came from the archives, and it was kind of like their initial. It was actually supposed to be an archives design, and then they had to pivot from that because of all the stuff that happened with them. I know you all talked about it on the pod with them before, so kind of got pushed back. Like the designs had been ready, and then it got pushed back, and then it was time to rebrand, and I helped them. They had a logo I also helped with their logo that they have now too. So
I love that.
Yeah, I love like the little world. They had a logo. I kind of helped and I added onto it, but they already had something solid, and I kind of just helped add to it a little bit.
Tweaked it.
Yeah. So I mean, it was nice to be a part of their relaunch, and it was my first collab. So it was a really like it was a big moment for me. It was and it was also on my what's it called New Year's resolution. I wanted to like really start branching out as my own artist because I'm more than just the Jags.
Yeah, yeah,
Jag,
you are.
it was always a Jags, but it's not always Devin.
But go Jags.
Like, go Jags.
No, and here's what I will say is with you, it's cool because a lot of your designs are so unique. A lot of people. Oh, okay, let me just say one thing. It's so hard to have a logo that is, in my opinion, like not graffiti, but like that scribble kind of logo, and get it to look professional.
Sure.
A lot of times when you see people, they have the like graphic design logo, which this is your logo right here for a lot of people that don't know.
Yeah.
And you see this logo on like certain little pieces, like whenever you make a graphic design piece or whenever you're collabing with like Collect actually did another collab recently too, and you see that little logo, it's like that shit looks dope, bro. I will give you credit for it,
Thank
man.
you. I mean, it's just my signature.
And I'm not one. No way, this is your actual.
Yeah, I signed my receipts at the bars with it.
Oh
so.
my god, that's
Nice.
so
Yeah,
cool.
literally. Yeah, so I mean, I'm like, yeah, save that. It's gonna be big one day. It's never big. It's not. It's not.
No, it's a cool ass. It's
Thank
a cool
you.
ass logo, bro.
Thank
I'll
you.
give it to you. And it's it is difficult, like very difficult to professionally brand. I feel like that kind of font, like because that's the kind of thing you see like on a you see like the graphic design or the graffiti stuff. It'll be like on a pizza food truck or something like that, or like something like
I think
that.
about like the one logo I really like Stussy, or Stussy.
Oh,
or
for
whatever,
sure. Yeah.
Like kind of like handwritten kind of.
Is Slasher like that? I feel like Slasher.
Slasher, they have like certain things that are in that style, but like for something that like it's like their logo. Like if you go on their website, like that's their logo.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean? And
I
I
see.
love that, and I don't know. So it's literally just my signature.
Did it take you a while to come up with that logo, or was it just like you kind of just thought of it?
I kind of always used to like sign that way, and then it kind of just has like I was like, I'm just gonna make this my logo. I remember when I was in college, I wanted it to be my logo, like my signature, and my professor was like, "No, you need to like reach out. What's your spirit animal?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't know, but like this is my signature. Like, what's more me than that? You know what I mean?" So
Yeah.
my last name, my own handwriting. So and I stuck with it. I used to have like a kind of a logo, kind of like a funky looking one, but I've kind of grown out of that. And that's the thing. That's like in your personal brand, it's always like, I feel like with a lot of designers, it's changing constantly. Like I'll look at my logo one day and be like, all right, I'm ready to change it up. But this one's stuck around for a little bit. So
Do you have
pretty
any
happy
like
with it.
failed brands, like ones that you thought was going to do well, but it didn't?
I definitely have a lot of stuff that like I've worked on that I'll get really excited about. And then like I'll take my eyes off of it, and then I'll go back to it the next day, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, why did you do that? Like, this looks not good. You know what I mean? And
some people say those are the best ones.
Yeah, true. And then
you're gonna hate it. You're staring at it. You created it. Some people they don't like what they created.
Right. And then like I'll come back to that again one day and be like, okay, maybe this one isn't actually as bad as I had thought. So, but
it's all part of the growth too. Like, you know, I feel like each piece, each episode, each anything you're doing when you're creative, bro, it's like you're getting better every single time. And with you, it's so cool to watch your growth on the Jaguars social media page.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you what, bro. I've got some personal favorites from last season that you did.
I'd love to hear them.
The Chargers ones when we beat the Chargers and then we beat them again and it was a broken Chargers. That shit was so funny.
It's
bro.
my Mona Lisa.
That was
beautiful.
That is my Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
So that's all you, like, you're doing that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, we have a tons of graphic designers, but I'm like just mainly I'm doing everything on social. And so in those moments, like, I remember the story of the broken Chargers that we were playing the Chargers the first time. And to be honest, I don't think I even had anything ready for the win because to be honest, didn't think it was going to happen.
Right. Like,
I mean, obviously you want to have hopes, but man, I was like, it was about like the third quarter. And I was like, I wasn't there at the game. we were at the stadium. Whenever we don't travel, like some of us do and some of us don't. And we go to the stadium, we watch it in the meeting room. And I remember being in there and, it looked like we were about to win. I was like, oh crap, I got to come up with something like quick. And so, me and my boss, Nick Bertong, we were like, I was just like, what if we just did like a broken Charger? Like, you know, when like your Charger like dinges after having it for so long, you know? And me and him thought nothing of it. We were just like, okay, like that seemed like to us, it felt that was obvious. And we had wondered why we maybe had never seen it before. So it didn't seem like a big deal to us. So when I did it and had it, we were like, oh yeah, this is great. We were just like, oh yeah, I'm sure this is going to do well. It ate and it went crazy. And like it had that like overnight success. I was like, okay, great. It got like featured in like ESPN articles and
nice.
I was like, dang, like this is great. And then fast forward, we play them again. In the beginning, didn't think we were going to win that one. And then sure enough, we're getting there. I was like, what's more? I was like, man, like what would, because the Chargers, I don't know if you follow the Chargers on social at all, but they're like hilarious. Like they're elite. They were number one on the list for best social team.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Or best Twitter account, and they're insane. Like they're so funny. Shout out to Chargers because their social media is.
Yeah, I've definitely never looked at the Chargers social media, but
I think I've seen certain things.
It's a meme account.
They're snappy, aren't they?
It's literally a meme account.
Yeah,
they are so funny and they are so risky and they're so like they take no.
They'll say some shit.
They don't care.
Yeah,
they're great. There's a woman, Megan, who runs that page, and she's a genius. But I remember when we were trying to come up with ideas for if we did win that game before the game started, I was like, okay, what would the Chargers do to us? And I was like, what if I just did another Charger? Like what if I just duplicated it? Because like it sounds like it feels lazy, but at the same time, I feel like that's what they would do.
Yeah,
just
100%.
Just do it again. So stupid, so low hanging, but. We did it again, back to back, broken Charger.
Which one do you think performed better? The one where
the double one?
Yeah, the
they
double
had
one.
to.
I mean, just besides it being like another attack at them and it was also a lot of people not as many people as I thought saw the first one. You know, so and it was on a much bigger scale. We had just won a playoff game,
right?
So it was like the third biggest comeback in playoff history or something like that. So
that was such a crazy game.
No, you're good, bro. But before we get started, or before we continue, I guess, shout out to you guys for getting number 5.
Oh, thank you.
That's super dope. I mean, I know how big of a deal that is for social media, content people and stuff like that. So
thank you. Yeah,
and it's cool because if you're on TikTok, if you're on any of these other platforms, it's like you'll see the damn bills pop up, and you'll see like some of these pages where it's like they're making the funniest videos, man. And it's cool to see the Jaguars up there in that conversation.
Yeah, man, it's huge for us. It's complex. I don't know if you guys know complex. They do it every year. They rank the social team, or they rank their Twitter accounts. But everything we do on Twitter, we also do everywhere else too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we correlated with the same. Like we do the same things, but. We were ranked 17 last year.
Wow. What a huge comeback. That's crazy.
And even so, out of all 32 teams, 17 is pretty decent.
For sure.
For being like middle of the pack. You know what I mean? Like that's like middle of the pack for having only 3 wins.
Oh, no, 100%.
Do you think it shot up because we did so well last year?
Yeah, 100%. I think we had a lot of opportunities to to like show what we can do. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like not that we were ever bad. We've always been like this.
Right.
You know, our whole team are dogs.
We've always had
the dog in us.
Yeah.
We just had opportunities to. Now we could show it more when you win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Are you excited for this season?
it's like nervous, like sweats, like butterflies, kind of. You know, like every day it's getting closer, and I'm like, I mean, I've got a lot of hope. But I'm also a guy who's like doesn't like to get his hopes too high because you never know. But
you never know.
I'm
For sure.
I'm excited.
We're definitely excited. I think that, the Jags showed us a lot of hope last year.
Yeah.
And I think this upcoming year is going to be like that. We're going to put the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? I think we're going to finally fine tune some things. We're getting a lot of those same guys back. We're getting some really good guys on the team too, like Calvin Ridley, some studs.
Yeah. It just feels good.
Last thing I want to ask you about the social media stuff before we jump into Jaguars and whatever. Well, not the last thing, I'm sure, but just on that one topic, how do you guys gauge whether or not a post does well? Is it strictly off of likes, comments, engagement like that, or is it, I'm sure you get tons of people that are like in your ear afterwards, like, "Yo, that post was the one" type shit.
Yeah. Obviously, like numbers, right? Like how it does. We really like to be fast. Like we want to be fast and we want to be like genuine, right? Like at the same time. So I would say the most recent example of that was like the Barbie Oppenheimer post was like something that we thought was a little risky. And then we went with it. And then we got it was blowing up and we didn't know whether it was good or bad. The comments were kind of mixed and then it just took off and exploded. And then after that, we saw other teams kind of follow suit. We're not saying maybe we didn't inspire them. We don't like to like take credit for it, but it's like,
but come on.
But when you see other teams do it after you, it just feels good to be the first one to do it, and like, that's what we want to be. We want to be the first ones to act on the trends and stay hype on the trends. And like, that's kind of like what I am. That's kind of what I do. It's like what we all do. We're all on our phones. We're all on TikTok. We're all on Twitter. We're all need to be looped in. So as long as we can be first, fast, and get those numbers, that's like our goal. So if a post doesn't do well, I don't know.
Do you guys delete posts?
No, unless we really have to, like unless we get told to, which we haven't had to have any of those situations. We have a lot of trust. Like there's a lot of trust in the building with us, which is like partly why I think we're so successful is because a lot of the people that are higher ups, people that hired us or the guys that like are really in charge see that what we're doing, and they like sometimes they may not understand what Barbenheimer is,
right?
But they'll go, okay, like they must know what they're talking about, and like that's what's good. It's because I talk to a lot of creatives in the same industry, and on other football teams, and they tell me it's not the same. Like they're like, how do you guys get to do that? Like how do you get to do that? So the grass isn't always greener, which is nice, and like that's why I love working for this team, because it's like we really are in a special position to be successful because we don't have a lot of overhead.
Wow, that's super cool.
Duval is just amazing,
We're just a small market team, man. Like,
we
why not take a risk? What do we have to lose?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we're obviously like we're not just posting. Like there's definitely a lot of thought that goes into the stuff that we post. Like because that's how you get in trouble is when you start posting and you think it's going to be funny in that moment. We sometimes need to take a step back and go, okay, is this good? Is this
Let's keep it professional.
Let's just like be chill, because I could be a little bit of a hothead on some stuff. There's so many times we want to clap back at people, but we're just like,
you have to be so careful on the internet.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scary stories that happen on social teams. That's like, I literally have nightmares about.
Like what?
Job.
Can you like say any of them? Or?
We haven't had any specifically, but like I saw something recently that like the Flyers, the hockey team, got like the social team was like caught on a hot mic, like saying something stupid, like during an interview of a player. Like a player was getting interviewed via webcam, and the social team was on the call, and their mic was open, and they like said something like bad.
Oh my gosh, bro!
And like the Phillies had to put out a graphic about it, and I'm like, that's like my worst. Like that makes my stomach like,
you just don't want that image.
Or like one time, the one that went viral. I don't know. You guys might have seen it. The Washington Wizards social person posted something on their Snapchat, thinking that they were on their Snapchat. That scares the shit out of me.
Yo. Well, you can't have them on the same phone, surely. No. No.
You have
Hold
those
on,
accounts
can you please
on
show
that
me
phone
right now?
right
Please,
now.
can you just please show me that you are logged into the damn Jaguars social media account? There's no fucking way,
Can we go live?
bro.
There it is.
Yo,
Jaguars.
what?
It's terrifying.
You need to get another phone.
We have a work phone.
Have you ever been close to doing that, to making that mistake? Not close, like not. I'm sure, obviously.
There's been
let me
times
just-
where
yeah.
I'm like, why is this on my feed? And then I'll look, I'm like, oh, because I'm on the wrong Instagram.
Yeah.
But I always do the like, I don't know if you have more than one Instagram on your Instagram.
Yeah.
You can like double, or is it? Yeah, you could like double click your profile and it
Yeah.
takes you to the next one. I always make sure that I'm bouncing between my art page and my personal page.
Got you. Okay.
Like, and then if I ever need, I don't really post very often.
Yeah.
Like really, like Charlie and Amon are the guys who are publishing. But if they ever need me to, like if they're ever in a situation where like I need to post something or they need me to take down something, or sometimes I'll be on story and I'll have a video that I'll put up on the story or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just good for me to have access to. I think we all have access to it. Because if one guy can't, another guy steps up.
100%. Yeah.
So I think I have the Twitter too, but the Twitter's not as dangerous because it's not as easy to log in back and forth from Twitter,
Right.
Twitter to Twitter.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do they I just, it's so funny. Like, I don't know how to ask this question without it being like him literally leaking their password. Like, was their password something funny?
I don't even know it.
Oh, really?
I forgot it. I've logged into the account like way back.
Oh,
so
got
I
you.
just
Okay.
have it now. And
That's
but we
so
get alert.
funny.
Like if somebody logs into it, somebody new logs in, you get an alert. Just like if you were to get an alert on your phone.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's not like a special. You know, it's like,
No, yeah,
it's like a
not
normal
expensive.
Instagram.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
normal
It's just so
account.
funny
But
because
it's
you
the
think it's like, it's the damn
Jaguars.
Jaguars, bro. That's so cool.
It is great. The first account I ever had access to was TikTok, and that was cool.
Yeah.
I still do, and like
Does it affect your notifications? Because I know for me, even if I'm logged into my normal Instagram, I'll still, like, if I post a good ass post on the podcast page, then I'll be getting so many notifications from the podcast page.
I'll get them sometimes. I'll get like I'll get like I'll get like a jump scare sometimes, or like it'll be like who's like a player, like it'll be like Fred Taylor commented on your post, and I'm like why? And I'm like, oh wait, I'm like, wait,
It's the Jaguars.
That's a Jags Instagram. It's not me. It says like I have to see it says Jaguars. I'm like, oh, Fred wouldn't comment on my stuff.
No, it's so
It's
cool.
okay.
Have you met Fred, or have you met any of those like cool? I was going to say you probably met a ton of these guys,
They're in the
right?
building a lot. Like Fred is kind of an analyst for us, so he comes on game days a lot. And I don't think he lives here though. But yeah, I mean, met Fred a lot.
Who's one of your like? I'm sure there's been a ton of guys where you've been watching them play for a long period of time because you're seeing all these other guys from other teams come in too.
Sure, yeah.
Who was one of those like big kind of starstruck moments? I don't know if you get like that, but I know for
yeah.
me, if I was out there on the field, bro, like his fucking job, bro, I'm like I would love to do it. And I'd take on the like challenge, but I know I'd be so. Like, I mean, I'd be out there, they'd be like, hey, get this clip of like someone, running off the sideline. Then Trevor walks by me. I'm like, I just turn my phone. I'm like, I'm like, I love Trevor. There's like certain guys.
The roster guys, I'm much so. When I first started, I was definitely like very like starstruck, but I'm a lot cooler now and like about it now. And the guys are really cool. So I don't need like, we all know, like we all like have a work relationship.
Yeah.
Whose personality surprised you when you got to kind of like finally meet them? I'm sure there were certain guys you see him and you're like, oh, this dude's a fucking animal. And then you meet him and he's actually like just a super like laid back, chill dude or something.
That's a tough one.
Obviously, I don't want you to like, you don't got to.
That's a tough one because like I kind of give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and like nobody really scares me. And I don't follow players enough to like on a personal note to like think what their personalities like. Calvin was, I mean, like when I met Calvin, like very cool, very down to earth. He's down to like do stuff with us. Like sometimes you never, because Calvin's a big name.
Yeah.
I think the big name guys you kind of get worried about.
Yeah,
you
for
never
sure.
know like how cool they are to be around the camera and stuff. But Calvin was cool, super down to do whatever. Just got to talk to him. Calvin's really nice. I mean, and Trevor too.
Yeah, Trevor, dude. Shout out.
Yeah, let's talk about Trevor. I like Trevor.
Back more Trevor talk, man.
I think like the one time I got super starstruck was I met Peyton Manning one time.
Nice.
That was like he like came to training camp like really early on when I started. I think I was in like I think I might have even been my first internship. He was at training camp, and he was like signing autographs, and my boss at the time was like, make sure you get the Sharpies back from the guys that sign. And so Peyton was signing autographs, and I gave him a Sharpie, and then he was walking off, and I like chased him down to get the Sharpie back. I was like, Mr. Manning, can I get the Sharpie back from you? He goes, yeah, sure. And I was just like, I literally was like, I just want to shake your hand.
That's so cool.
He was like, hey, man, I'm sure, of course. I was like, I just met Peyton Manning. That was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Chicken parm, you taste so good.
Dude, it was around that time, too.
Bro, shout out Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And that was funny. We were just talking about him. That's like one of my goats, bro. Like,
He is a good. That's why I was
bro.
starstruck, because it's
Yeah.
like he's like, you know, it's like a
I was
top. It's like a top.
pretty starstruck when I met Leonard Fournette.
Oh yeah,
I met him quite a few times. He knew my name for a little bit.
Lenny?
I bet he forgot my name by now. But
Big Lenny?
Big Lenny.
should we
dude.
ask him? Should we like, let her
Hey, Leonard, do you remember me?
You remember that boy?
You used to come to my work all the time.
If you remember him, comment and like and subscribe.
Yeah, comment, like, subscribe.
I think another time I got really starstruck was I just started on social, and it was face tap boxer. God, why is
Face
it?
tap boxer. Oh, Mike Tyson.
That's what. Mike Tyson.
Yes, sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was like, for some reason, I thought he was
My name, his name just gave me
Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Tyson.
yeah.
Mike Tyson. I met him. He comes to Jacksonville for some reason. I forget why. He's come a couple times.
Really?
I think he was doing stuff with AEW, which is like owned by Tony Khan and Chad, like the like wrestling. I don't know if you guys watch wrestling. I don't.
No, I know what you're talking about, though.
yeah.
He was in multiple games, I think, last year, too. So
Yeah, he would come to games, but he was doing stuff with AEW. And I met him one time. I like filmed. Like, I think I have like a picture of me. We took a picture with him, and then like I took videos of him. Oh, it was right before we drafted Trevor. We like had him like record a video saying, "Congrats, Trevor, on getting drafted to the Jacksonville Jaguars."
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's super
in
cool.
preparation for
Yeah.
him coming to Jacksonville.
That'd be one of the coolest jobs ever, because you're out there working with those guys, but it's not like you're, in their eyes, they're not looking at you as just like some crazy fan that wants to like get an autograph.
Right.
They're looking at you as like someone that they're working with. You know, they're like,
They're like, okay, this
you're
guy's-
bringing something to the table.
I
You're not.
I need to do something with this guy.
100%.
I'm like, I'm an employee.
Yeah.
It's very nice. It's like it's just fun. It's
Yeah.
just fun.
I bet
There's
it's
no
so
other
fun.
word to describe it. It's fun. I love what I'm doing. There's nothing else I'd rather do in the world.
And it's cool because when we talked about this in the first, your part one,
Mm-hmm.
you're from Miami. You're not even like, you weren't even a Jags fan or anything like that.
And,
So
I think I'm going to use this opportunity to come out here, and I think I'm not a Dolphin fan at all anymore. I think I've gone full Jag.
Wow.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Sorry,
That is amazing news. It's about time.
Sorry, Dad.
It's
Sorry, Mom.
official
I think
now.
I'm just. I mean, I'll
They're
always
gonna
have
see
love.
this.
I know.
I don't know who they are, but I'm gonna make sure they see this.
Hey,
This is
I
amazing.
love my Dolphins, but I will say the Jags have brought me more joy in these going now into my 5th season of joy with this team than the Dolphins have in my 26 years
Dude,
of
that
life.
is incredible, bro. And that's got to be such a relief too. It's like you probably still get dogged sometimes at the
I mean,
stadium. like,
it's hard for them to dog me when I'm like working for them, and that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
balled,
Yeah.
and like the Dolphins have not been doing amazing, but I still love the Dolphins.
Do you have Dolphins gear?
Tons of it. So much. I have tons of. I'm a jersey collector. I have tons of jerseys, so I have so many Dolphin jerseys and stuff. But I definitely have way more. Jags
Okay,
here.
Jags and Dolphins. Who are you going for? Jags.
Well, they're playing in the preseason.
Yeah.
Who do you think I'm going for?
Jags. It's got to be.
Bro.
Come on.
Okay.
Silly question.
yeah, come on now.
Next question.
And that's Jalen Ramsey's homecoming too.
Yeah, funny story.
Oh,
when
it is.
I went, oh, it is. Yes, this is true. When I went to I had just finished my second internship with the Jags, and so I wasn't working with them at the time. So I just finished, but I was applying for the full-time role or something like that. I was applying for a role, and in between that, I wasn't working for them. So the Dolphins played the Jags on a Thursday night football game, and here. And I remember I went to the game, and I brought 2 jerseys. I was wearing a Jags jersey under, and then on top a Dolphin jersey. So when I would go to my seat, I had a Dolphin jersey on, but then when I would walk around and I would see somebody that I knew from the Jags, I'd take it off and hide it.
That is so fucking
so I would like be like dual fandom, like, and make sure that like I could rep both. Like,
That's so fake.
I was trying to get the job, man.
No, bro, you got it. No, yeah, you can't. If he's early days, he's still a Dolphins fan. at
Yeah, it
this
was
point, bro.
super early on.
I know for me, bro, if I was in your position and I was,
was
at like,
tough.
dude, imagine being in like at like Pittsburgh or something,
Oh
bro.
my
It's
gosh.
like, how dare? There's no
See,
way I'd be able to
and
rock
that's
that.
tough.
Like,
That's
but
tough.
I will give you credit. You did get signed to the team with the best colors in the NFL.
I would agree that, and like it's so hard. It's hard to not sound biased, but I truly think the Jags have a top, if not the best, top 3 best color.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can't
honestly,
think.
all the Florida teams get the best colors, in my opinion. Like
not the Florida Gators.
No,
if you want.
No.
I know.
NFL.
Okay. Because those are the ugliest colors I've ever seen.
We got this damn FSU fan going crazy over here, bro. Like,
but blue and orange, come on.
dude.
It's all about the U,
That's-
baby.
yeah.
That's fine.
Let's go.
But still. No, because you're...
No, I'm talking about like the Bucks. Like, I like the Bucks colors.
Yeah.
Dolphins, beautiful. Jags.
I
Better.
would say, I think the Dolphins are... Yeah, the Dolphins do have a pretty sweet colorway, and their color rushes were always pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think the
All aqua.
Seahawks kind of had an interesting colorway for a while.
That neon.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And, but I mean, Jags, dude, you can't beat that Jaguars colorway. And I'll even, do people want to hate on our original color rush uniforms? Those things
Oh,
are
the
sweet,
gold!
bro.
Bring them back,
Bro, those things were sweet,
I
bro.
love the gold. I love the gold. We don't use the gold enough. Cisco this year in his like media day photos, he's like wearing a gold sleeve, and it looks so good.
Oh, that's sweet.
It like looks so good in his like media day pics. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that like little touch of gold just does it.
The chef's kiss.
Finishes
Just
it.
a little bit because it's not like our main color. It's like our little side color.
Oh, for sure.
It's like our little sad girl color.
Well, whenever,
That's what I call it.
well, whenever we were when the Jags, when we got our first, not our original logo, but our second logo, like the logo we had for our first game and our first couple seasons, we had a ton of gold in the uniforms. Like there was gold accents like all over the place.
I mean,
Like,
if you think about it, the logo is mostly gold. Like,
Oh, yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
Jag head, like it's like the head is the gold and then the tongue and teal. So-
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
but we rock the teal. We're big teal people, obviously.
Teal's a good color.
Teal out, primary.
Yep, bleed teal, baby.
Bleed teal.
Shout out to the Jags, bro. I think that the fact that they converted you from a Dolphins fan is a pretty damn big deal.
I mean, after this last season, those last 5 games, some of the best memories of my life.
So
Truly.
Let's talk about some of those experiences. Like
Yeah.
during last year's season, because that was a very up and down, like crazy ass year.
Yeah.
What was one of your, or maybe a couple of your like favorite standout moments where you were like, this feels fucking unreal? Like I've seen there's videos of you fucking storming the field on like walk off. Like I remember that Cowboys game, bro. That shit had to have been just like the craziest
The Cowboys
feeling.
game. I remember the Cowboys game was a great moment because it just like it happened, and we were like, what just like it was just like we were all like, did we just win? Like, did that really just happen here?
Yeah.
I remember being in the booth with Amon sitting next to me, and it just like happened. Like I don't know how to explain it. Just like it just happened.
It just
was
fell
like,
into
we're
his
like-
hands.
We're like it's like we saw a unicorn walk by. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We were like, what the hell? And then we went crazy. We went crazy.
And that was the second pick of the game too, which was insane.
Yeah.
It's like that Rashad just had an absolute haymaker of a game,
Dude,
bro.
That was a great moment. I think obviously the Charger game was like,
Yeah, dude. So, me and Joey actually, we were watching that.
Were we at the bar?
Yeah,
Was
it was
everyone
on.
at
It was
the
on
bar?
not too long ago. I was watching it too. When it comes on in the office, where everybody puts it on.
It's just a good one to
Honestly,
watch.
probably the best game of football I've ever been to in my life.
Oh, that's the best game of football I've ever seen. Like, I mean, me and Joey have had, even in Madden, bro. There's like, I've never seen, that was like a fucking Madden game,
It
bro.
was-
Watching
it was
that
like
live.
Madden.
It was
It really
insane.
was.
Because we're sitting there at the bar and we actually left because we're like, just so disappointed. We're like, eventually you get to a point. It's not like you lose hope. You're just like, I can't keep spending money on alcohol up here. I'm going to go through the whole bar. But if we keep watching this fucking game,
it was good. It's a good game.
We had to eventually get out of the bar. We're like, this just isn't worth it.
I don't think we left.
left.
No. I think
watched
some
them.
of the people we were with left, but we stayed. I think we still had faith. I don't remember leaving.
Because I remember that I watched like the whole last, like
Oh, we did leave.
because the third
Yeah.
quarter and the fourth quarter, I basically watched all that at the house.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I didn't give up hope because I did.
We did leave.
100,000%.
How do you? I mean, who in the world thinks you're coming back from that? Just the way that it was going, like they just were scoring back to
you
back
want
to
to know
back
who
to
did
back.
was Charlie, our social media manager, Charlie Jordan. I wanted to kick him in the face. Like he was just like, it's okay, relax, we're good, we're all like. He was like, just wait.
He saw the script.
He saw the script. He the whole time it was like annoying because he's being all positive and I'm just down bad. The halftime show was that one band who does "This Is Gonna Be the Best Day of My Life" song. Like I forgot what they're called. I forgot what they're called. They're like, they do this like really song, and the song's like about this being the best day of our lives. I'm like, we're really gonna go down 28-7 in the half, and they have to listen to this song. Like we were down so I was down so bad. I was
Then the
like,
2-point conversion.
I'm just
there
sitting
were
there,
some things.
head in hand,
Yeah.
Just
it was rough.
It was rough. And then I went to go see at halftime. I went to go see my friends who were in the club, and my boy Nate, one of my best friends, he's a Chargers fan, diehard Charger fan. He's from San Diego, but he lived in Jacksonville. He's a Jags fan, but like his team is the Chargers. So, and a couple of his boys came in from San Diego too, so they were Chargers fans. So they're in the club, and they're having a great time. They're obviously on cloud nine, like they're great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So then I was like, yeah, whatever. Like it was just kind of like I wasn't gonna get mad. I'm just like, look, obviously you're gonna win, right? And then went back up and. Just magic,
dude. You've got to be. Yeah, how
magic.
do you not like? I remember I was screaming, bro. Like I'm just like, you can't put it into words. No. When you watch that football game, you watch that. That's the best football I've ever seen a team play in my entire life. That's the best half of football I've ever seen a team play in my entire life. I mean, it's not even close. There's no comparison.
Straight execution.
Shout out to Trevor for, that 2-point conversion, bro. The
immaculate extension.
Yeah, Doug Peterson.
The immaculate extension.
Yeah,
easy
dude.
peasy.
Easy peasy.
There's some guys, bro, like Dougie P. He called all that shit, bro, and he is a legend for that. Like, there's some plays in there where you're like, you just have to throw it up and trust, man. And
I can't even describe the like energy in that building. Like, I was on the field when he kicked the field goal.
Oh my god!
Like I was like they were getting ready to set up. I'm up in the press box, and I'm like, I'm going down there. I had the graphics ready. Because we had already had some win stuff ready to go.
Yeah,
I had it all ready to queued up. I was like, I'm going down there.
Were you running down there?
Sprinting in my suit. I go down the elevator, and then I get out to the front, and I'm like, I'm standing on the side, and I have the video on my phone, and it's like, he just kicks it, and just the whole place explodes. Cheerleaders are scream, like it was like genuine reaction from everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
did you cry?
Good.
You cried, didn't you?
I got a little emotional.
I'm telling you.
How do you not, bro? How do you not?
I do. I like, that's why I'm saying, like, I love this team.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're like, with us, not that like, what we do is arbitrary, right? Like, we make memes and graphics, and we say funny things and do clapbacks, and like the people on the team on the field is that's the product, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's it. But we follow them so often. We follow what they do. We post what they post. We get to know them. Like, you feel when they win, we win. It's how it feels.
Yeah.
They lose, we lose with them.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot worse for them, but that's how, like, at least I put it. Like, when I'm down, I get sad. I get like depressed when we lose. I like,
because you have to make those posts.
Yeah, it's tough. And
yeah.
you read the comments, and like, some people.
I was going to ask if you read the comments.
Oh, I read I read every single comment, all of them, all the tweets, all the comments. I read all of them. It's
really
my first season with it.
Does that bother you?
Yeah.
Do you think it's toxic?
Yeah, I think so. I won't lie. My first season on social was the Urban year, and it got to me. Like, I remember being like truly, genuinely like sad, and like that's how invested I got into it. Like,
bro,
because I'm just reading negative.
That was a nightmare, though. That situation's a nightmare situation. Bro.
How do you think the players felt? You know?
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I mean, of course. I mean, I remember, because you just read all the comments, and like, I don't know what you call it, but like, I almost feel it's like I wish I could do. Like, I'm like a person where I'm like, I wish I could do something about it, but I can't. Yeah. Like, I can't do anything.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, please. Like, all I can do is tweet.
Yeah.
But
You're trying to boost everybody's morale through your tweets.
I used to be like, yeah, we're losing, but if I can make the losing look good, at least it's pretty to look at on social. That's all I can contribute.
What's the most difficult graphic to make when you're creating these graphics? Is there like a specific one where you're like, fuck, man, this is going to be a hassle?
Is
it difficult for you to make the jersey swaps? Like, whenever we sign someone, you're trying to tease like what they look like in that new jersey. Is that difficult?
Jersey swaps are hard, but when there's an art to it. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? And like, once you kind of get the cadence, you get it down. I don't do them all the time. I've actually been recently giving the jersey swaps to one of our other designers who's like much better at it than I am, and like they're also time consuming.
Are you? This might be too much. Correct if you don't want to leak all this shit, but what I'm curious is, do you start off with like, let's say that we're getting a player from New England or something, and he's number 52. Would you then go and find a Jags player that wore 52 and has that already on his jersey, and then just replace the arms and head?
That's a great question.
Or would you take like that player's picture and then just throw like the jersey on them?
See, so in that's a great question, because a lot of things go into that. Like, that thought process is exactly what we go into. Usually, we don't like to do a jersey swap until we find out the number of the player officially.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, say we get a player from another team and he was number 16. Obviously, we can't do that.
Sure.
So we like to wait a little bit. Like other accounts will make their own, but they could do that because they don't have bosses telling them what to do. But we like to wait until we find out their official number, and then we'll do a jersey swap.
Yeah, that's cool. And by that time, they've probably already been in the stadium and had the jersey on and stuff. So it might be a little bit easier, I'm sure.
It's tough to we always want to be the first to break news. So as soon as we officially find that number, we like to have it ready to go. So I'll just go ahead and either I'll do it or we'll give it to somebody else because there's a lot that comes with signing a player. But usually I'll just go ahead and just jersey swap him, and then changing the number out's easy from there.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
That takes we did that for Calvin.
It had to have been fun to do the Star Wars collab thing, or where it was the play on Star Wars shit, where you did
where he's meditating. So funny. Yeah. So great story on that is that's the first time I've ever used AI to help me design.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because that was cool how you did the graphics where it would look like a movie title thing where it'd have all the players' heads and stuff, and it's they had them fighting on. They had the lightsabers and shit. It was
the one that I did. There's one where it's Trevor and he's sitting cross-legged and he's levitating.
Yeah.
I used AI for that body of the cross-legged guy because usually before AI, I mean, I've been using it a lot lately. It's honestly, it's for designers, it's game changing.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find a body of a guy sitting cross-legged. I couldn't. Usually what you would do before AI or before this tool is that I'd have to go and find a royalty-free photo of a dude or a Jedi or someone doing the body movement that I wanted, and then I would have to impose the player onto this body. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find one anywhere. It made me nervous. I was like, you know what? Let me see if AI can help me out. So I think I have a subscription to Shutterstock. Shutterstock has an AI feature. I just typed in monk because I needed him to be in a Jedi robe. I was like, guy in robe. I did a couple different prompts to see what I got, and I finally got one that I liked. I took the body and I put it on Trevor's head. That was the first time I ever used it. So I use it for stuff like that all the time.
Did it pull up exactly what you were imagining?
It gives you a couple options.
Yeah. And
then at least the one I used, it would give me 4 options, and then I could pick one and then be like, okay, I like this one. Make more versions of that one.
Oh, okay.
And so eventually I got it to where I wanted it. It's also not good with hands. AI is not, it's a joke in the community that AI can't do hands very well.
Yeah.
And the day that AI figures out hands is when we need to start worrying.
Yeah.
that's when I'm sweating for my job.
Is that a serious fear? Do you think that one day, down the road, AI would replace you?
AI already has replaced some people in the design community. I think there was a company in China that completely got rid of their designers and copywriters. Copywriting is huge with AI. It's I've used it to write prompts and little blips for captions and stuff. We use it for that, but copywriting is huge. But it's funny. I had a very, very long Uber ride one time home from a long night out, and my Uber driver was super into AI and all this stuff, and he made me look at it in he convinced me to look at it in a different way.
Really?
He changed this. Whoever this Uber driver was, forgot his name. We talked for an hour about AI. Changed my whole perspective on.
What was he saying?
How do you feel about AI?
He was just saying that I was scared of it at first.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dude, it's gonna come for my job.
Right.
He was making stuff.
Yeah.
Then he was like, you should look at it like a tool, not something that's gonna take your life. So now I look at it as it's a dragon and I am the dragon tamer. Mm-hmm. I hold its head. What's it from Game of Thrones? What's her name? That's me. I am Khaleesi, and
you tell her what to do.
That's so
tell the dragon
funny.
what to do. Yeah,
that's actually a really good way to put it too, because it is kind of a beast of its own. That especially with it's for you, especially with Chat GPT and all that shit, bro. It's you got.
I use that all the time.
Yeah, Chat. I feel like that'd be great for you guys making captions or making certain things. Yeah. Is it kind of difficult for you whenever, because you guys got to do a lot of informative shit with the Jags too. So is it kind of, I don't want to say difficult. Obviously, it's probably very simple for you to do. But when you got to make those posts where it's statement from Shad Khan, or it's
that stuff's kind of written. We have PR. PR usually writes those for us.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, we don't need to come up with that stuff. Or Shad will make his statements.
So all your stuff is just fun.
Yeah,
it's just you're really just making all the cool fun graphics.
Either we get the info and we put it, or if we are coming up with the info or writing the copy, for the International Surf Day stuff that we did. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
where we made the surfboards. In the slider, there's little blips. I used AI for that. And it was beautifully written.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
We used AI one time. You said you told it to write an intro
Yeah,
for
so
the session, and
Yeah,
we read it, and it was
it's
crazy.
good.
It was actually
it's
really
good.
good,
Yeah. I think Will on our digital side uses it for like YouTube copy and stuff. It's like why not? Makes you think less.
Well, the thing is like I'm very comfortable
good.
with the one, like when me and Joey sit down and come up with a description for an episode, or we come up with like sometimes we'll come up with like the title, like the clickbaity form of title, for the episode, and we always come up with like, I'm always very satisfied with whatever we come up with, but sometimes we get the AI to come in and chime in too, and we don't always use what the AI chose, but it just kind of leads you down a path,
right?
Yeah, it kind of like shifts your like perspective on it a little bit, and allows you to kind of just think about a different,
gives you a jumping off point.
100%. Yeah.
It's great for that. I think, and one thing that infamous Uber driver that I'm talking about told me was that, like, can you imagine what it was like when like they came up with like the calculator? You know, I know it's stupid, but like,
wow, no, that's actually a real, dude,
Like,
that's actually a crazy ass point.
Or when like something like people think that it's going to make people dumber, but
It's a tool.
It could actually, it's just another. It's a Google,
and you have to learn how to use it, too.
right? And
like,
it's all right, exactly. It's still not perfected by any means.
when you first get on ChatGPT, you're like typing to it, and you're like, you feel like
gotta
you're
know,
texting.
You got to
like,
know what you're saying to the
yeah,
thing.
you don't even know what
write
to
it.
do, and then you slowly learn how to like tease it to kind of say the prompt that you want it to actually say.
I'm getting more comfortable with it. I would say if you are going to use ChatGPT for anything like that, like you can literally talk to it like you're talking to like a help desk.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you could talk to it like there's a human on the other side. Like be like, I've been like, write me a small description about Andre Sisco, safety for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it will write me something and I'll be like, I need you to make it shorter. And then it'll write back something shorter. So it's like, you don't need to like rewrite the prompt. It's like, it's not as robotic as you think. Like it literally, it's like you're talking to a person.
So I actually did a test with it one time. I said, give me 10, oh God, what was it? It was give me 10 different like ad reads for the OG Sessions podcast. And it gave me 10, they're all like a paragraph long. So it gave me 10 different ones. This is a long ass thread of messages. And I said, give me 10 more. And I said, give me 10 more. And none of them were the same. And just said, give me 10. It keep giving you totally different ones. Now, at each time it would like slowly start to veer. Like eventually you can't keep, you can only say the same thing so many times over and over again. But the fact that it would keep giving you different ones, I just thought was so incredible. It's like, and it's in the touch of a button. Like you hit it and then it's there. It's like,
AI's, I mean, like it is awesome. Like I said, my perspective on it has changed. It's now like something that I look forward to using. And we use it now. I use it for like small things, like the Photoshop thing in the AI thing attachment now in Photoshop is life changing. Like I did the most recent collab I did with Collect, and there's like butterflies on the shirt and stuff. I circled my shoulder and said, put a monarch butterfly sitting on my shoulder. And that was it.
no way.
That's it.
Oh, because that looks so cool. Whenever I saw that I was like, is that, I was going to ask you, obviously, there's no way that's a real butterfly.
No.
You know what I mean? Because you're like,
But I thought it matched the vibe.
it totally matched.
I had the idea, before we shot. Like that was my vision. I saw butterflies for this shoot because of where we shot and like the aesthetic we were going for with the shirts.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it'd be really dope if it looked like we were. I really originally wanted it to be like that shoot to be like in like a garden or like in a coffee shop that had a lot of green in it. So we did it at a coffee shop, but like it was so packed. We went to Brew 5 Points. And then we ended up just going to the park. But I was like, I saw butterflies and I wanted to use the AI thing, but I literally just would circle it and put monarch butterfly sitting on shoulder.
That is so cool.
And it would do everything. It would do the light. It was in the right lighting.
Wow.
It was in the right.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Do you think at some point that AI is going to get like out of hand? Any form of AI?
Oh man, I think it's gonna get. Right now, I think it's dangerous because, like, with the voice changing, like you see the TikToks, you know, where they like
the deep fakes.
deep fakes, like that kind of stuff freaks me out a little bit. I just try not to think about it.
Just kind of put it in the bag.
just ignore it. It's fine. But
I mean, whatever happens is going to happen. It's like one of those things where it's, you can hate it, you can love it, you cannot use it, you could use it every day. It's like, no
Right.
matter what, it's going to do what it's going to do.
happening.
It's happening.
Whether
Yeah.
you like it or not.
Right.
There's
And
no
there's
stopping it.
always going to be someone looking for to be the next big like breakthrough in tech or the next
Right.
big like thing with tech. So it's
It has like
the train's just going to go faster and faster.
It's just like it's like it's like a gold rush kind of right now. Like it's kind of the Wild West AI. I think eventually, if something, what's going to happen? Someone has to get hurt.
Yeah, for
When
sure.
someone gets hurt, when something bad happens, when it's a huge story, things will happen, and I think that we'll have to start putting a lock on it.
Right.
For sure. I feel like it's very similar to like how you were saying the calculator. I'd even say Google. It's like,
Google.
Imagine whenever you first got on Google and you could imagine.
In the 90s, can you imagine like people freaking out like, what is this internet? Like,
I can ask it anything.
Anything?
This
is dangerous. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's how it is, right? Or I think it's how it was with crypto. Like, it's like, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like that next, like, what is this? And then now it'll become just a normal part of our of our language, which is happening now.
100%. So as we pivot back to this social shit, one thing that I wanted to ask you was, what's kind of your Mount Rushmore for a social post you made? Obviously, I mentioned that the Charger one was really good. I'm sure Joey's got a fucking like book of ones that because we were going through there was actually, you made a post, I believe, where you were kind of recapping all the posts you made for the Jags. There was like one Instagram post had like every post on it or something, I think.
I mean, I
and looking at that, I was like,
that's a tough one for the Mount Rushmore ones because they're all probably going to be win graphics. My Mount Rushmore of graphics of all time.
You've got to have a couple where you're like, this was just, it took me like a week or something. I'm sure nothing takes you that long.
To be honest with you, though, the ones that take the longest aren't the ones that do the best. That pop. Yeah. Like, really, like.
Would it be one that, like, would you consider your Mount Rushmore to be, like, your best performing ones, honestly?
I would say the ones that, like, got the most. Like, that's what I like. The viralness of it is where I find success. Because, like, personally, like, I'll do ones and I'm like, damn, like, I popped off on this graphic. Like, it looks beautiful. Like, the lighting, blah, blah, the shadows. Like, I'll have those, like, those ones, like, in the design light. But in, like, as far as, like, what I think are my best performing ones are the ones that hit the most, got the most likes, got the most shares, got the most, like, virality, if that's even a word. Virality.
I like that. That sounds actually super professional.
Viralness. Probably the Charger, broken Charger for sure.
For sure, got to go with that one. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so those Star Wars ones, I know for me, I'd probably put like 3 of them bitches on the Mount Rushmore.
I do love the Star Wars post. I'm a big Star Wars guy. I try to and the Marvel ones too.
Oh, the Marvel ones was sweet. The one you just did with what was it? It was you had the hand or whatever, and it had each person's face.
Oh, well, that one. See, like that one. That was even like that one took me like 2 minutes to make. Yeah, we literally thought of it on the way out. Like we were all packing up our shit to leave that day, but we saw that Zay commented on it, said the gauntlet was complete, and then like Amon was like, "Oh, what if we like did it?" And I was like, let's do it. So like before I left, I pulled my computer and made it. Doug's face fit perfectly on it, and we sent it out, and it ended up being one of our most like viewed posts of the week.
That's so funny.
The NFL will always send us they send like a recap kind of, or like they'll send like a performance like deck of like top performing posts of the week and like best practices and like kind of like a week to week kind of report.
Yeah.
So we like to get on that too. So
is it like, do you see other people's results too, or is it just on yours?
Yeah, because they'll like send it to everybody in social, and like you can kind of see like where your team's at. I think like last week, not this past week, but the week before, we were 3rd in follower growth.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow. That's dope.
Actually, I got a message right before we started that we just got another 1,000 followers. So
that's awesome.
I think we're on Instagram. We're up to 771,000. Like,
that's crazy, bro. That's dope.
Our goal is $1 million. Going for $1 million this year.
Yeah, you got to go for $1 million.
Yeah, going for
after this season.
We're going for $1 million. If you look at that list, like if you look at the list that the complex put out of like the top social teams, every team that's in front of us has on their Twitter account has $1 million.
Okay,
$1 million or over.
We got to get that $1 million for sure.
Over $1 million. But that's a huge shout out to my team, to our team. Not even my team, our team, like Charlie, Mon, Cam, Jen, Will, and Brooke, who we just hired full time. Love her. She was our intern this last season. We like every team has such a big market, and to be a small market team like us and make in the top 5 is a big win.
Oh, 100%. Dude, that's fucking
big win for us.
Trust me, bro. That is sweet. Yeah.
We're very happy with that. Like I remember Friday was when it came out. And I was like, the list is up. And we all gathered around and we're scrolling and we're getting into the 10s and we're still not there. And we're getting there, we're creeping. And then we got to 5. We were like, yes, like we're screaming, cheering. Like we had been waiting for this list to come out. So huge shout out to that whole team. Cause we that was what we've been waiting for.
That's so sick. So what does a day in the life look like for Devin Carvajal? Like when you're going up to the Jags, it's just a normal day, regular season. You know what I mean?
Like right now,
I guess every day
right now is different than off season. The off season is totally different than regular.
Okay, actually, let's just go straight to game day. Let's say, what does a day in the life look like for Devin Carvajal on a
day.
Jags game day?
On a Sunday. All right. 1 o'clock game. I'm usually up by like 7:30. I get to the stadium. Try to get to the stadium at like about, usually we'll have like our morning call, and then we'll all get to the stadium at around like 8:30 or 9. We're suited up. We always wear suits. Usually, the guys start showing up, so I'll go out and get videos of like the dudes walking up from their cars and stuff. Oh, excuse me. And then I'll make sure that the graphics are ready for the score graphics and stuff are ready. It's kind of like not chill, but it's like kind of just like prepared. It's kind of calm. I'll go on the field. I'll get some videos. Just I'm kind of like doing whatever. I don't really need to make a graphic on game day because I make them all prior to the game. I'll help with publishing if they really need it, but they usually don't. And then the game starts. I'm down there for pregame, so getting all them running out. Getting interactions. If there's influencers, I'll go and get some video footage of the influencers. If they need me to go get coverage of the first Duval, I'll go do that. And then once the game starts after the national anthem, I go up to the booth. I sit up there and I watch the game with the team. And we're in the press box, so we're with all like not just our social team, but like the other team's social team, all of the local media, all of their local media. It's all in this like one giant like long room. We're right above the Pride.
Oh, that's cool. Okay,
there's
sweet.
a bunch of windows, so we're just like watching from the middle, which is best seat.
That's awesome.
And then we, and then depending on whether we win or lose, we prepare accordingly.
Yeah,
just depends. So if
it's an L, do you guys usually just kind of pack it up and head home, or is it?
It's definitely an earlier night.
Gotcha. Yeah,
definitely an earlier night.
Have you guys? What's the longest y'all have stayed back and partied at the stadium until?
Dude, I don't
like after a win.
After the Charger win, I don't think I went home till like 2.
Nice.
I think I left the stadium until 2. We weren't partying.
Is there still security out there? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I mean,
we're there. Like, we're posting.
How long does it take for the stadium to get empty? Like after
they kick everybody out, but like the players are still there a lot of times.
No, I mean for like the actual like if you were to go and look outside onto the field, like how long does it take for it to be a full house to like gone?
Oh, like immediately. As soon as the game ends, everybody's gone.
Really?
Yeah, it's gone.
I mean, I guess you would assume that, but it's just kind of it's so many people, right?
But
like
by 2 a.m., nobody's there.
Oh, for sure. No. I'm not expecting there, especially if it's a fucking 1 o'clock game. No. But
you're done. But especially those 1 o'clock games. But also too that I would say 2 o'clock because we didn't. I mean, that game started, the Charger game, right? Like that started. That was a night game.
Oh, that's right. That was It finished at like midnight, right? Yeah. Okay.
Like
True.
So we were there super late that night, and we were also like all in a great mood.
What would you do for a Jaguar Super Bowl?
What would I do for a Jags Super Bowl? Oh my God.
There's not much I would do.
I think I literally was thinking about it. I think I have that thought all the time. Not what I would do, but I just think about what would I do?
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine works for the Chiefs, and we talk a lot. Like he's like me, but for the Chiefs, and we go back and forth a lot. And I'm just like, dude, how amazing is that? I don't know, for a Jags. I always said if the Jags made it to the Super Bowl, I would get a Jags tat.
Oh, I would totally.
I would get a Jaguar.
I would totally do it.
Really?
I'd probably get a Jaguar, like not like Jags, like the logo, but I'd get like a Jaguar for sure. So that way, if something were to, I gotta at least be like, yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean? But I totally would get like a teal Jag.
I love that. That is like super dope.
100,000. We'll put that on.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Yeah, exactly. If the Jags go to the Super Bowl, if they go to the Super Bowl, Jaguars tat.
If they go,
just if they go,
just if they show up, just if they're one of the two teams on that.
I will say one thing though, this is kind of in reference to your buddy over the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. So if you're a Chiefs fan, let's say you go and you're working for the Chiefs and they go and win a Super Bowl. I'm sure that is the craziest feeling ever. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But that's not your first Super Bowl. That's like there's got to be some kind of significance about that. Imagine being a damn Patriots fan. Mm-hmm. Like imagine being born in like 2004 or something, and the Patriots are raw and they've already got all these Super Bowls. Like and they're always going to be like that stacked team in your mind. Mm-hmm. Whereas the Jags, it's like we're still waiting on that time. So it's like when that Super Bowl comes, it's
going to be
one,
huge.
I mean that's legendary.
I can't wait.
Bro.
And like they consider the Chiefs a small market team too, just like us.
Yeah. Really?
Well, it's Kansas City.
Yeah,
true.
Yes, they're a winning team, but they're it's a small market. I mean, they mean like in town size and in reach.
Oh, for sure.
How many Jags fans exist mostly outside?
They'd probably even consider Tampa Bay a small market team. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of housing.
I forgot. There's a list, but I do know that like I guess they would technically. I think just market as far as like area,
True,
size, size of reach. Obviously now it's much bigger now, but
100%.
they're technically a small market team.
All right, man. So, Joey, you got anything else? We're going to jump into win of the week.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Ready? Let's do this shit. Win of the week. Episode 69, win of the week.
69. Nicholas is going first.
I'll take it. I'll take first this time. We got some thunder going on outside.
It's
Damn,
getting-
boys. It's getting crazy out there. All right. So, win of the week, episode 69. My win of this week is that feeling after you go and get a car wash and you're just whipping your car like down. Like but see, it's not just like when you get the exterior wash too. Like for me, no free shout outs. But I go to the car wash down the road and they do the interior. They do everything $25. It takes 15, 20 minutes.
And you just
like
got a new car too.
Just got a new whip. Shout out the new whip. And then, whenever you first get back into that car and they put the little air freshener in there and everything, it smells so good.
Yeah.
You just feel like a totally new man. It's like a fresh haircut.
Yep.
So that's my win of the
I
week.
do love me a fresh haircut.
Every time I get a haircut, I wash my car just because it's a
It
combo.
that's a
You're
good
unstoppable.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Good combo.
Yeah.
Damn. That's like endorphins.
Yeah.
running
Oh my
right there.
gosh.
I love
It's a great
I love
day.
a haircut.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a haircut. Like I get a haircut at least every 2 weeks.
I haven't gotten my haircut in a while.
Yeah, as we can tell. That boy's got the mullet.
both of you.
I like it,
Growing
though.
it
It
out.
looks good. Yeah, mine's been at least 6-7 months since I've got
It's
mine cut.
intentional. Like we're
I would hope so.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm going
It's
for the bun.
intentional.
I want that man bun. I'm not even going to
Thanks. Got
in
it.
case you didn't know.
lie. No, we just forgot.
Yeah, I don't get haircuts. I do it on purpose.
I forget every time.
All right, Joseph, win of the week.
My win of the week is kind of drawn out. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I popped my tire the other day, and it was a bad situation.
All right,
but
R.I.P.
RIP, yeah, it was rough. But so
My car's getting clean. Your car's getting broken.
I know it's funny. Yours was a better
popped.
car, but I was driving down the road. My tire popped, and I had to pull over. My car started screaming at me. I have a Mazda, and it's pretty. I guess it's high tech. Thing started screaming at me. It was like, "You need to pull over right now. Your tire's flat." So I pull over, and it's like nighttime. It's dark, like it's sketchy, you know. But I'm in St. Augustine, and there's this perfect light. I park under the light. I open my car door. Honestly, I have a great time changing my tire. I just made like the best of it. And the win of the week, I got a new tire.
Hey, that's a solid win
But
of
the whole
week.
situation, like it could have been like a shitty situation, but
I remember you were telling me about it. I think, I don't know if we were surfing or something, but you were telling me about it, and you're like, when you got out of your car, you started like, you got the jack under there, started doing something, trying to fix a tire, and then you're like, you know what, fuck this, I'm turning my music on full blast. And you're just like in there.
Why would I
like,
sit there in silence?
vibing out
I
just
might
in
as
the
well have
middle
a
of the
good
night.
time. Yeah, it was. I turned that shit up loud.
I love a new tire too.
Right, and it's just so
Did you have to
smooth.
did you get two or just one tire?
I just got one, but the other one's fine. Like,
Okay.
the other one's
He
newer.
just got this car brand new. It's probably got fresh tires on it.
Yeah,
it was probably.
it's
yeah.
not
as long
bad.
as it's fresh.
Yeah, it's a fresh.
You know, they
it's not
tell
a
you to buy-
baldy. No,
My
no.
mom always says you buy them in twos.
If I needed to, I would have gotten
Buy 'em in
two.
twos.
But
Hey, I'll be honest. I just got a brand new whip, but I don't know if it's as clean as Joey's. I will say that.
That's good.
Yeah, he's got a pretty sweet
love my
little whip.
car.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I drive a nice little Nissan Versa. She gets me from A to B.
I have a Mazda 6, but it's like red. It's like
But you get to hang out with Trevor as your job,
Oh,
so
God.
I don't
Right.
want to. We're not going to
Yeah,
sit here and
well.
compare shit.
I work in the blazing sun every day, and it sucks.
I will at you for training camp. I'll be in the sun.
Yeah, but you're working with Trevor.
Hey, but shout out to that new training camp facility, the practice field facility, and
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
the
shit,
new
bro.
practice facility.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Whoa, dude, it is
It's like
raining
storming.
so,
It's
bro.
storming outside.
Where did that come from?
Well, it's what time is it? It's 2:00 and a summer.
We're in Florida.
Dude,
Summer in
that's
Florida?
insane.
Actually, it's usually around 3:00.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a little early
A
today.
little early.
Hey, but the best part is it only lasts 10 minutes. So
Right. Although, I mean, yeah, it's popping out there, but then it's gonna be so gross
And
Oh,
humid and
It'll be
muggy.
disgusting when the sun comes out.
Yep. Win of the week, brother.
Win of the week.
Yeah.
Dang. I mean, we've already talked about the top 5 social team. I was gonna say that.
That's okay. If we could actually recap on that because that is a huge win of the week, bro.
That's a win.
That's a
mean,
big win. I mean,
You know
'cause-
what? We already talked about it.
Bet.
My win of the week. I went and saw the Barbie movie.
Let's fucking
and
go.
it was a great movie.
Oh, right.
Was it really?
I'm gonna give my review of the Barbie movie.
Let's hear it.
Yes, I want to hear it.
I thought it was funny. I was cracking up.
Is it like a little kids movie? Is that like
no? I mean, it's got some moments, some PG-13 moments. They say genitals. Like they say some.
Whoa.
Yeah, they do.
Wow.
Oh yeah. They say,
were there any were there any
word.
children there to see the movie, or was it all adults?
I didn't take attendance, but it looked
You
like
didn't?
mostly adults.
You didn't
But
bring the clipboard?
The experience was cool too. Like I could say, I've never been in a movie experience like that where I was there and I was in pink. Like the girl I was with, like she was in pink. Like everybody was wearing pink and everybody was like all
super
dressed
cool.
up to come watch this movie.
That's crazy.
I thought that was so cool.
I heard that it got a ton of good reviews, and like
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a bunch of like famous rappers were making soundtracks for it and all this stuff.
I mean, the
think-
soundtrack's good.
Yeah, that seemed like it was pretty
the
solid.
cast was good.
God,
Wow.
dude, we're about to die on this podcast.
I hope we don't
Oh
get-
my
Dude,
god,
I'm like seeing the lightning,
bro, what is going on out there?
dude. It's popping. Are we gonna be okay?
Hey, I'm just hoping the power doesn't go out.
for
or else-
real,
It's
dude.
a typical afternoon in Florida. Are we gonna die?
Welcome to Florida, guys.
Okay, before this episode, before the power goes out, if you guys see this episode just turn off randomly, just know
Power's
that,
out.
just know that we may have lost a little bit of electricity in the room. If the lights go out, y'all know what happened.
In Jack's Beach, power goes out all the time.
oh,
And it
literally.
floods so easy.
Dude, if it's misting outside, the power's going out
Or the internet,
for
or
sure.
something. Yeah,
So yeah, that's a solid win of the week.
yeah.
definitely like
Barbie
that.
was good. If you
And
haven't
I
seen-
saw-
I'm supposed to see Oppenheimer later today, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Oppenheimer later this week, but I want to see that.
I saw the reviews for Barbie were actually really good. So me and my girl are gonna go see that this week and
Yeah.
give it a good.
just take it in. Like,
Yeah.
it's obviously one big message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, just let your guard down and just laugh.
hell
It's-
yeah.
It's pretty damn funny. Like Ryan Gosling's character and it's pretty good. Like the jokes they make I thought were good. And like obviously, they talk it's very girl power, which is great. And then I think it's just I just thought it was really funny. I was like literally cracking up like the entire movie. Like
That's awesome.
cracking up. Like it was good. And the cast is great. Will Ferrell's in it. Big time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Big fan. Go
Yeah.
watch Barbie. Shout out Barbie. I wore a Barbie shirt to the bars last night.
I bet a lot of people loved it too.
Great talking point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't love the Barbie
That's
shirt?
it. That is a good conversation starter. Shit.
White shirt with Barbie across the top.
All right, man. So Joey, anything else? Want to wrap this bad boy up?
I don't got anything else.
Bet.
You don't have anything else?
No, I don't think I have anything else.
Dude, come
You're
on.
Do you have
bro.
anything else?
Do you know who this is?
No. Yeah. What do you mean? Come on. Don't you have like
This is
shrine
your
to me?
show, bro.
This what? How do we
How are you
do
not
we get here?
Ask me a question. Ask me a question.
Ask him a question. What do you want to know?
What do I want to know?
What do you want to know?
So you're from Miami?
Born and raised in the county
so
you
you're
did.
not from here. When did you move here?
Oh man, go watch the first podcast.
Come on.
I wasn't here for that. Okay.
I moved here 2015, January 2015. 8 years of living.
Did you move here to
Go to school.
work with? Okay, go to school.
No, I went to school. I went to UNF. Swoop.
Swoop.
Big swoop.
Swoop.
Big swoop.
You do have some pretty solid UNF graphics too. I like when you do those little UNF plays on the
I mean, you gotta
Carvajal
give the
page.
UNF. You gotta give the UNF some love.
I like it, bro.
man. Gotta
I
give it
actually
some
do
love.
have a question, and it is controversial. It could be. You don't have to answer it. If there were any other team in the NFL you could work for, who would it be?
Oh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
NFL team?
Yeah.
I'd probably be the Dolphins.
Really? Yeah, because I was gonna say that's
team.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
go because I think that'd be really cool, like a
Yeah,
little homecoming
go
type.
home,
type yeah, nice
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, nice little homecoming, like LeBron going back to Cleveland.
True.
Now I got one more. I got one last question as well. I think Joey kind of got this
it up.
one go. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
this
I
one
got the
going.
juices
into the-
going. There you
Yeah,
go, Joey.
So
See,
what I'm here
you
for.
do stuff.
exactly. I told you
just
this is
in there.
the show.
You're
bro.
a part of this damn thing.
It's I think I always thought about this a lot, like especially with fantasy football and things like that coming up. So if there's any player in the NFL that you could have come to Jacksonville and play for the Jags, who would that be? Because I know, obviously when you're watching NFL, there's always those players you watch, like on the the games when the Jags aren't playing. It's like a Monday night game or something like that, and you're watching it on TV, and you're like, damn, dude, that guy in teal would be insane. Like that guy would be so good if he just had a good quarterback thrown to him, or if he was just like surrounded by a good coach.
I would probably say Aaron Donald.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Thinking defense. Offense, I love the guys we got. Super young.
Dude,
I'm not saying that I don't love the guys on defense.
Bro,
but like,
imagine Aaron Donald,
Donald,
Trayvon,
like-
and Josh Allen.
Yeah,
bro.
right. That's just like I don't want to think about that.
That's
that would be,
scary. That's Saxonville like 2.0.
Even like Bosa, honestly. Like we just another like animal of a human. Like I remember when I would have loved even if Calais had come back.
Yeah,
I wanted him to come back so bad,
You know,
bro.
Calais or like just another just large human to just destroy people.
Yeah.
You know, get sacks, force fumbles.
Would you have
100%.
wanted Derrick Henry? If we needed a running back position, would you have wanted Derrick Henry?
I think it'd be a really cool story.
I mean, yeah, it'd be cool because he's kind of like a homecoming.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubting the greatness that is Derrick Henry.
Right.
But like I said, it's hard for me to like judge the offense because I'm just like so confident in the offense.
I feel the same way. I'm glad you went defense on that. I was thinking there's a couple guys like maybe one of these like crazy shutdown corners or like something like that or a mean safety would be cool. But I think even our safeties are super solid right
They're
now.
young.
So.
Our safeties are super young and like you know what I mean. So it's hard.
Really athletic.
It's hard to like. Not even saying that we need anybody like in that linebacker position because our linebacker room is like pretty stacked. Even we drafted a few guys too. So I think I would say like but like if I could, if in reality like an Aaron Donald, like a 99 club, a 99 club, somebody on the 99 club in Madden,
100%,
an Aaron Donald,
100%.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to you, bro.
Thank
Appreciate you coming through the show. Let's go ahead and plug these people in. So if obviously follow Jaguars Twitter,
please.
Obviously
Twitter,
follow
Insta,
Jaguars Insta.
Get the Jags app.
Get the Jags app.
Get the Jags app. We don't have
What's the Jags app? I don't have the Jags app.
You don't have the Jaguars
Bro,
app?
No.
Bro, you don't have the Jags app?
man.
Do you have the Jaguars app?
Of course I have the Jags app. I'm a Jaguars fan.
You get
you
get notifications.
and you can get tickets through there, can't you?
Tickets, exclusive content. Come on.
I mean, I'm subscribed,
The
so I see
Jags
when
app
you post
is
every
like-
time.
Also subscribe to our. Are you on our broadcast channel?
Mm-mm.
The Instagram broadcast channel.
Uh-uh.
Do you know what a broadcast channel?
I don't
is
even
on
know what that
Insta?
is. No.
Oh, on Instagram, they started doing these things called broadcast channels. Actually, Charlie is like, well, we all knew they existed, but Charlie's the one who's like was pushing for us to do it. Pretty much what it is, it's like you like kind of almost like you subscribe in a way, and like we can just DM you stuff. Like, but we DM everybody. So it's like you're getting. So it's like not. We could just like send like exclusive things like through. Like we've put videos of like that we haven't put on our story. We'll like send in like group chat, or we'll like put behind the scenes things from like a photo shoot.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like
Yeah, I like that.
Well, it's like kind of like it's almost like have you ever like on like sign up for text messages and you get like text messages from like people like Post Malone will text me every now and then because I signed up for his text. It's kind of like that. You'll just kind of get messages from us. But yeah, broadcast channel.
That's cool, man.
Get the Jags app.
I will get the
The
Jags,
Jags app is like the OG Sessions Patreon.
Okay.
It's like if you're on that OG Sessions Patreon, it's because you love the OG Sessions pod.
Right.
I mean, I
You
love the
them,
Jaguars.
Then
Then you need
I
the
will
Jags app.
download the Jags app.
Thank you. Get the Jags
and
app.
all of you guys need to download the Jags app as well.
Download
the Jags app
Download the Jags app
today.
right now, dude. Jags
Call
app.
Call 1-800 Jacksonville Jaguars.
Download the Jags app.
Duval.
And what's cool is you also have your own personal page. That's Carvajal Designs.
Actually, it's Carvajal Creative now.
Oh wow, Carvajal
Nice.
Creative.
Decided to change it up.
Okay, I was gonna say it was creative or designs.
It was
before,
designs.
Right? Okay.
I just actually literally just last week I changed it to Carvajal Creative.
Okay, sweet.
Now that designs was a problem with it, I just think I'm more than that now.
Yeah, you're
I think I've
much
grown-
more than
grown
that, brother.
into that. And I think it just rolls off the tongue. Carvajal Creative, that's fun.
Yeah,
Right?
I like that.
Love an alliteration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love that.
Yeah,
So
no,
Carvajal Creative, and then Devin Carvajal on IG, Twitter. I'm not gonna be one of those guys who's like the real. You ever seen the guys who's like the real Devin Carvajal?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just in case if I ever get duplicated.
Right.
That's funny. Or it's like if you're an athlete or something, you spell out like the numbers. It'll be like 2-6 or something.
Ocho
but
Cinco.
yeah, Ocho.
Yeah,
that's actually a
Ocho
fire
Cinco.
one. I'll give Ocho.
Well, it's his
Cinco.
last name, I guess, too.
Right.
Technically.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, that's me. Go find me. And if you want to see my portfolio, just go at Jaguars.
Hell yeah.
Just kidding.
Thanks for coming on the show, bro.
For sure, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, this
thanks
is
for coming.
this is a
Thanks
dope
for having
episode,
me.
man.
Yeah.
Even though we got a little thunderstorm going on outside, man, we're
A little
keeping
background noise is fine.
I like it.
It sets the mood. I
Yeah,
think.
it's
I'm cozy.
peaceful.
I'm cozier now.
We're doing it right,
Next
boys.
time we should do this with like
Blankets,
Blankets.
and, like,
Barbie movie on in the background.
let's do it like let's go in a king size bed.
Can we put a bed in here and then we'll just...
Oh, we should put a bed in here. That's a great idea.
That's a next
Have you ever
podcast
thought
studio.
about putting a bed in this area before?
Never, not once, dude. It'd be we could all just we could do like a little California. Nah, let's do a twin. That's
yeah, right. That'll fit us all.
Yeah.
Bunk bed.
Perfect. Triple bunk bed.
And then I'm like,
I got top.
The guest is in the middle. Me and Joey you're sitting like on the top, like looking.
and
down.
the camera
I'm in the
angles
bottom.
are just different
The mic is hanging from the top.
from each bunk above you. All right, guys.
Yeah,
we
we
gotta
got.
stop
We can wrap this shit up, boys. Shout out Devin. Shout out Joey. This was episode 69. Hope y'all boys enjoyed it. Here's the 69 more.
Yes, sir.
Here's the 69 more.
We are out.
Peace.